working. It's Tanessa.
All right. Okay, nice work.
My chair. Okay.
Good afternoon. All right. I'm going to start by something. Any members of the committee, please stand up and be recognized. The committee, the organizing committee, the Lyceum committee, because I know the rest are too busy running around the place. Guys, can you give them? It is actually with a great sense of excitement that I say welcome to JCSU, and also to welcome somebody who is really going to keep it up tonight. We have Simone with you. All right. And then, as I say usually, with a special point of pride, to just repeat it because repetition is true pedagogy, our pride point with the Lyceum is to say we are the only university in these United States where our Lyceums actually are moderated and introduced by students. When we say we are student-centered, we mean exactly the word to the letter. So tonight we're going to have two students, one will introduce and the other one will moderate. So without further ado, I would like to have number 15 come over here and do the welcome.
I mean, you could come on a little more than that, right? I love it. So listen, a few things. I know we're small in number tonight because we have so many things going on campus. I just came from the volleyball game that's being played in Brayboy. There are other meetings happening. And one reality that you all know is that not a lot, but some of our students have been transported and moved off campus, unfortunately. Something that we were not expecting, but that also just happened. So that impacts how many people are on campus tonight, but we're working on it. And regardless, we might be small in number, but we are mighty in force, and we are here. Did I get a yeah for that? Yes. And we're going to keep on moving forward because that's what we do. You know, there's this saying even if only one or two people, when two people gather, it's a meeting. And we don't need to have 500 or 5,000, but if we got at least two people, we're going to have a meeting, and that's when a revolution can happen for the better. And so I'm excited that you are here because we are in this room. As my favorite poet, June Jordan, tells us, we are meeting at this tree that hasn't even been planted yet. And that's from her poem, Calling on All Silent Minorities. But the point is, I contend that the tree has been planted, and the tree has been planted because each of you show up every day. Even when we have obstacles, even when we have challenges, you continue to show up and you persevere. And seriously, at times when I feel like this is a bit too much even for me, and I never get to that point, but when I start to think that it's even a bit too much for me, I do what I did today. I put all my meetings and my work aside. I went outside. I saw students. I went to the volleyball game. I saw students. I'm getting hugs. I'm receiving hugs. I'm smiling. And I realize that it is because of students that allow me to get up and come back every day to deal with stuff that I don't think any of us should have to deal with, but yet we do it. And so what I'm asking you to do starting tonight, if you haven't, is to just think about your why. Think about why you are here. It's not just to get an education. You will do that. But think about what your why is. Think about your purpose. And always just remember, like, when you feel like it's too much, think about what other people went through for us to even be in an institution of higher education like Johnson C. Smith University, founded in 1867. And think about how they paved the way for each of us to be here. And so giving up is not an option. And we will not give up. We persevere, we persevere, and we persevere. And when things are hard, we're going to continue to persevere because that means that we're going to weather the storm and we're going to always come out miraculous. So are you all with me on this? Yes. Are you all with me on this? Yes. I think we need a little energy. Can I get a JCSU? I'm going to try. You know, I'm going to bring some energy because I need to have some energy too. So JCSU. God, I love it. I love it. So I'm going to turn this back over to the provost. But please know that we have your best interests. I am thankful that you are here. This is our homecoming week, and we're going to continue to actually hold high the gold and blue. Thank y'all.
Thank you, President Kinlock. So at this moment, please give me a big, big one to welcome Scholar Kimieta Butler to do the introduction for the moderators and for B. Simone.
Good evening, everybody. Look, this is my first time doing this, so I am kind of nervous, so bear with me. However, I do want to say good evening, Golden Bull and guests. I am Kimieta Butler. I'm an honors student, and I'm greatly honored to bring forth to you greetings from the JCS University Honors Program as a Scholar Ambassador in Lyceum Engagement Series. Before we bring out our distinguished guests, can I get a JC? It's homecoming. So we're going to try it again. JC? Okay. Look. I thought I was bringing energy, but I told y'all I was nervous. So here we go. Let's try it again. JC? One more time. SU? My S, my U, S, U. Can I see your face? Thank you. Look, thank you. Without further ado, let's bring out our lineup for tonight. First, I would like to introduce to our student co-moderator, my University Honors Program sister, Ms. Melanie Wright. Melanie reigns from Charlotte, North Carolina, and as a senior social work program, she's currently interning at the Department of Social Service. Next, we are honored to have the Grammy Award-winning music and film executive, Mr. Amir Wyndham. Mr. Amir Wyndham was recently appointed as President Kinloch's Scholar in Residence and Visiting Faculty at Johnson C. Smith University. Please give it up for our Master of Ceremonies, Mr. Amir Wyndham. All right, so we came here to see who? B. Simone. All right, so finally, B. Simone is in the building, y'all. Let's give it up for Miss B. Simone. I know we can do better than that. Give it up for Miss B. Simone.
Hello.
Oh, there we go. Hey, you guys. Good to see y'all. What's up? Don't be trying to act all proper just because y'all in college. What's up? Yeah.
All right, you guys. Tonight you will have the opportunity to meet the Miss multi-super talented and beautiful businesswoman, Miss Braylon Simone, also known professionally as B. Simone Rose.
Hold on now. Don't be, what else y'all about to read?
Okay, maybe I was supposed to do that, but Miss B. Simone, who's becoming prominent in 2017 when she joined the cast of sketch comedy show Wildin' Out in 2020. Simone opened for Martin Lawrence as part of our Lit AF comedy tour. She began her own comedy tour, the Still Standing Tour, in May of 2024. Simone has amassed more than 60 million Instagram followers. Simone launched a vegan and cruelty-free beauty brand, so y'all let's support our girl, B. Simone Beauty, in 2019. As of May 2024, the brand is on hiatus. In 2021, she collaborated with the Foot Action to release a clothing collection that is called Faith Over Fear. Wow. Let's give it up for Miss B. Simone, guys.
Thank you. That's a good intro.
And lastly, if you look on the back of your pamphlet, we do have a QRC code. If you guys please do the survey. Let us know how we're doing. It helps to benefit us, and it makes sure that we can bring more prominent personnel and public figures like Ms. B. Simone. So fill out the QRC code on the back. Thank you, guys.
Let's give it up for her. Let's give it up. Real quick before we get started, I want to bring up our Wells Fargo partner, really quick to bring some words, but more importantly, she is a JCSU alum, Miss Michelle Martin. I wanted her to particularly to come up because a part of a lot of things that we're doing is kind of a what they see is what they'll be. And we want you to see your very own golden bull here so that you can see what talent and great alum you guys have right here that sat in the I'm sure this theater was here when you were here, right? Because it got that. Oh, I'm sure they didn't build this last year and decide to make it look a little historic. But I'm saying that have you ever seen somebody build a new building and make it look historic? I've never really seen it. That would be kind of smart, though. Be kind of cool. But I wanted to bring Michelle up to just bring some words on behalf of Wells Fargo, who's a partner of JCSU and also has been a partner of this Lyceum to help bring people like B. Simone here. So, Michelle, please.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Let's do it one more time. JCSU. I love it. Okay, so I am a proud JCSU alum. I actually started my journey here many moons ago. I actually started the same fall semester that Dr. Kinlock started. I saw her a few weeks ago in Washington, D.C., and she came to me and she said, Michelle, can you please confirm to these folks that I was quiet and reserved when I was a student? And I was like, yes, she was. Right, she was quiet, she was reserved. You saw Valerie going to class and going back. That was it. I think she's changed a little bit. Okay, we'll go with that. But I am thrilled to be here this evening as part of the Wells Fargo team. Wells Fargo has provided support to HBCUs with over $40 million in financial support over the last 12 years, and has partnered with organizations like UNCF, Thurgood Marshall College Fund, and others. Now, these partnerships impact HBCUs, including Johnson C. Smith University, by providing scholarships and programming to many students. And one of those partners includes the Big Homecoming. And so Amir has an announcement for you guys, and I will turn it back over to him. Thank you all so much for coming out.
Real quick so we can get to B. Simone. Wells Fargo is committed to students and the elevation of all the things that you want to do in your lives and careers. And so with that QR code that is on the back of this pamphlet, it'll let us know you were here, and it'll automatically put you in the runnings to win one of the 5 scholarships that we're going to give away for $2,500. So you got to pull your phone out. We're trying to help you. So go ahead and make sure you scan this QR code. Again, Wells Fargo and the Big Homecoming are going to give you a $2,500 scholarship. But one of the cool things about our new scholarship program is beyond just giving you money for school, we're going to also make sure that you are very engaged and interactive with Wells Fargo and the Big Homecoming. And you also have the chance to win an all-expense-paid trip to the BET Awards on behalf of the Big Homecoming and Wells Fargo, and the NAACP Image Awards, too. So we are, again, trying to have things like B. Simone also financially empower you and also just give you the tools that you need to be successful so you could be just like Michelle, an executive at Wells Fargo here locally, but also representing the Golden Bulls out in the world in a very meaningful way. So again, thank you, Wells Fargo. Let's give it up for Wells Fargo. Let's get this party started. I'm turning it over to our host for the night. It is all yours.
Thank you. How's everybody doing tonight? So, B. Simone, I wanted to formally do a JCSU on stage with you.
Okay.
So, can I get a JC? Yes, Thank you. We're going to kick it off with a couple questions. The first question I would like to ask is, with us introducing you as Braylon and the world knows you as B. Simone, how do you separate those two identities, like, you know, in your personal life and professional, so like the line doesn't get crossed and everything?
Yes, that's a good question. First of all, y'all are so beautiful and handsome. Y'all stop looking at me. I'm nervous. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for every single person that came to check us out tonight. To answer your question, thankfully, any entrepreneurs in here? Anybody want to be an entrepreneur, start a business, clothing line, a brand, sell something, CEOs? All right. I think the most beautiful part about my journey is that I built a brand on authenticity. So although B. Simone is a celebrity, I do have characters and all these things, and but I built a brand on being myself. So I do have to separate both. Like, I just flew in from Dallas. My family's in Dallas. It was my grandmother's 90th birthday. Glory be to God. She made it 90 years. But taking time to spend with my family to separate both, but I built a brand on being Braylon. So I think if whatever you want to sell, whatever you want to start, whatever you want to invest your money in, invest it in something you truly believe in, so you don't have to sell a lie. I don't have to sell a lie. Every day I wake up, I'm just myself, and I sell brands and I sell products that align with my lifestyle, so I can just be myself. So, I think that's really, really important for entrepreneurs.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So what you saying that you built like a brand for yourself and everything, so how do you, with how hard society is on individuals, not just people that, I understand like us normal folk in life, but celebrities as well. I know they're really hard on you guys. I just want to know, like, how do you advocate for yourself, and how do you make sure, like, with the cancel culture and everything that goes around in the world with a lot of celebrities, I just want to know, like, how you, get over that and always advocate for yourself.
You're not going to be okay on the internet if you're not okay in real life. Stand up if you've ever had trauma. If you've ever battled with something, if you've ever been in a dark state, if you've ever feel like this was the worst day of your life. Okay. What? Nuh-uh, I'm not done. I'm not done. Yeah, I've had trauma too, so let me go ahead and stand up. Now, sit down if you've ever been to therapy. It's a lot of people. Matter of fact, stand back up if you weren't in therapy consistently. You went, but you don't go consistently. Stand back up. All right. So I want us to look around the room. Black people, we got to go to therapy. We have to take our mental health. You can have a seat now, but I want to see that. We have to. We have to. I'm in therapy every week. I don't skip it. Oh, I had a good week. I don't need to go this week. Yes, you do. Because a problem is going to come. Problems are a part of life. You don't go to the store and buy a fire extinguisher when your house is on fire. You keep one in the house for the emergency. You don't run to therapy when I'm in a depressed state. You don't run to get help when the problems are a part of life. They're going to come. So therapy is just one outlet. That was just one example, but I know around in the Black community it's so frowned upon. You're crazy, or you're this, or you're that. That's the past. That's the past mindset, and we got to catch up with the times. It's healthy. Black men, get help. Black women, get help and talk to somebody. And if you can't afford therapy, which there are resources, make sure the community and the people you're around support you. And they create a safe space for you to be your true, authentic self, so you can express how you feel, you can express your struggles, and you're in a village that has your back. So if you're not okay in real life, you're not gonna be okay on the internet. To answer your question, I make sure I'm okay in real life. Am I human? Do I fall short? Yes, sometimes I have to force myself to be consistent. I have to force myself to be disciplined. It's a daily practice. But make sure you're taking care of yourself in real life, your mind, your heart, your spirit, anything that is draining you. This is the season for you to remove it out of your environment, remove it out of your circle. Even family. I'm sorry, sometimes it be on do not disturb now. I'm gonna call you back, when I can talk, but you can't stay in environments and in friendships and in communities that are a detriment to your mental health and your mind. Pay attention to how you feel when you leave certain people. Are you energetic? Are you inspired? Are you depleted? Are you tired? Are you drained? Do you need to take a nap? How come every time I leave you, I got to take a nap? Because you're draining me. You know, so take care of your mind. Take care of your mind. Y'all have so much time. I know it feels like, oh, you know, dang, I'm about to be 20. I'm about to be 21. I'm about to be. You got time. This is the time to try stuff. This is the time to chase stuff. You have time to mess up. Do we want to prevent mess ups? Yes. But you got time. Try stuff. This is the perfect age, the perfect season for you to try stuff. So take care of your mind, your soul, and your spirit. Yeah, it's really, really, really important.
So with you saying that you go to therapy, I'm in social work. Of course, I'm a senior this year. So thank you.
Great.
Thank you. We advocate so much for self-care and knowing when we're reaching the time of burnout. Yeah. How do you, I know you said therapy, but what's other ways that you like separate yourself from like, you know, just the atmosphere that you're in and like just, you know, sometimes if you need alone time, how do you just like know, like, how do you understand and like know when you need to step aside for a minute?
Any people pleasers in here? I'm a recovering people pleaser, so I'm doing good now. I'm doing good. Like you wanna, nope, I don't. I would say no real quick now. But I'm a recovering people pleaser. So at 34, I'm 34 years old. It took me some time to get to the season and the point where I can put myself first. Mm-hmm. You have to put yourself first. You have to say, you know what? No, I do support you. I love you, but I don't want to go out. Or I don't want to, you have to put some things to the side so you can have that alone time and you can have that mental health check-in. So with me being a recovering people pleaser, I laugh about it all the time, but it's really not funny. But recovering people pleasing, no more people pleasing. If you can't do something, you have to say no. If you're depleted and you don't have time, don't overpromise and underdeliver. Now you done agreed to something and now you mad you got to show up. Well, you said it. You said you was coming. So don't be mad that they mad that you canceling. You know, so don't overpromise and undersure. You know, you give yourself that time to really have that energy, to have that mental state, and it goes back to mental health. It's internal, y'all. I know we see a lot of this stuff on the internet, and even me, I'm going through a season. I'm human too. They say comparison is the thief of joy. It will steal your joy. Comparing your life to everybody else. You are blessed. You got all your senses. Y'all sitting here looking at me. You got your vision. You got your sight. You got your hearing. You got your breath in your body. You're comparing your life to somebody else, and it's draining you and taking your attention off of the blessings that you have every single day. You know, so comparison is the thief of joy. Don't compare your life to nobody else. You focus on the path that God gave you, the vision God gave you. You stay aligned and focus on that, and that'll get you to your goals and to your purpose.
So with starting off with your podcast, I know you started off with a partnership on your first podcast. Yes. And then you went to Let's Try This Again. Yes. Love the podcast, by the way.
Thank you.
How did you know that the time and the season was meant to be that you had to separate yourself?
Jesus. Like, you're going to have to make some decisions, y'all, that to the world looks crazy, to your bank account looks crazy, but you're going to have to walk away from a lot of things that no longer serve you in this season. And that's one of the things I had to do. It was a friendship of 20 years. I knew this girl since I was 12 years old. Started a podcast. We had the #1 podcast in the world. We shifted the culture with our podcast. The week before I walked away, we were about to sign a $500,000 deal. And I walked away. Because it was not right. It wasn't aligned for me in that season. And I believe in Jesus Christ. So God is a huge part of my life, and that's who I serve. And He released me from that. So you have to have a relationship with your Creator, and you have to let Him order your steps and be aligned with that, you know, and He'll put the right people in your life as a vessel to direct you and lead you. But you're going to have to walk away from some things that look good to the flesh, but it's really draining your soul. It looks good to everybody else. Why you leave him? Why? You don't know he beat me behind closed doors, or he's whatever. You don't know what's going on in this house. It looks good to the outside, but you know when it's time to walk away. We ignore a lot of the red flags. We ignore a lot of the signs because it looks good to the world, but it's not worth your sanity. So I'm so proud of my decision from walking away. I had to tell a lot of people. I had to get my agents on the phone. It was about 15 people on a Zoom call, and I had to look at them and say, we're not doing this. And it affected a lot of households. It affected a lot of people's income. But ultimately, as a leader, I knew it was the right decision for everybody, not just for me, for everybody, even though it looked like a hard time. So making tough decisions, that's what leaders do. And remember this, the tough decisions are usually the correct ones. Remember that. If you're making a difficult decision, and sometimes, I'm not saying when you feel uneasy and it don't feel right. I'm not saying that. But if you're just not, you're scared to do something, but you know it's the right thing, it's kind of difficult, it's probably the right decision. It's probably the right decision. So don't let fear hold you back from making the right decision. Do it anyway. I'm scared, do it scared. I'm nervous, do it nervous. You back here talking about, I'm so nervous. She right up here doing great. Just do it anyway. Clap it up for her, yeah. You do it anyway. So, I made a very difficult decision that affected a lot of people, but it wasn't impulsive. It wasn't impulsive. I took my time, I fasted, I prayed, I waited, I asked for counsel, for mentors, and it was about four months before I made the green light to walk away from that business, and it was the best decision I ever made for myself.
Thank you. So with that and just the confidence that you show, just throughout your whole life, what keeps you motivated, especially with us being college students and so young and us going through life right now? Yeah. What motivates you and just keeps you afloat to, keep going with everything that you have going on, the different businesses, just life, society, and everything? What just motivates you to just always be you?
Yeah, I would say a few things. One of the things is my peers, the people I'm around, the Desies, the Pretty V's. I was here with Pretty V last month and just supporting her. Y'all, your environment, your friends is going to either motivate you, they either believe with you, or they ain't doing nothing, they Debbie Downers, they don't even believe it's gonna happen. Get away from those people. Get away from those people. They will dilute and blur your vision. Another motivating factor, fulfillment. I'm super fulfilled with what I do. Yes, everybody wants to be financially stable, and it's a blessing that I get to be financially stable with my purpose and what I do. It's a blessing, it goes hand in hand. But fulfillment, the highest level of success is not financial, it's fulfillment. It's fulfillment. Remember that. If you are not fulfilled, it's going to be very hard to wake up every day and be motivated and inspired and have peace. And humans chase that fulfillment, and you'll have a void until you're fulfilled. Try to align your life with fulfillment. And Will Smith said this in his book. I think it's his only book. I don't know. It was the last book, the one that he was promoting a couple years ago. But desires involve self. Purpose involves others. So yes, we all have desires. I want the house, I want the degree, I want this, I want the family. That's okay to have desires, right? But purpose always involves somebody else. So what are you doing that affects humanity? And it comes back to that fulfillment part. So, doing something that you love, but also affects other people. You want to add to that?
I wanted to say something too. I think our world makes us focus on our surface quite a bit.
Yep.
But I always say, to me, you should want to do more than moisturize your skin. You should want to invigorate your soul, right? So instead of just putting all this stuff on the surface and focus on the things that again moisturize your skin, the question is, what are you putting in your soul? Because that's the stuff that actually is going to help you get through. Now, this watch that I got on, it ain't gonna help me in no regard when I'm struggling. Me looking at this watch ain't gonna do nothing but let me know what time it is. But when I'm struggling, the question is, what have you put in your soul to help you get through? That could be religion. That could be the good people around you that she was talking about. There's a variety of things that you must put in your soul and learn the art of that, because otherwise you will have more, your surface will be stronger than your soul. And you don't want that. You want your soul stronger than your surface. So yeah, I just want to add that to the question. I got a question for you too, though. Yeah. You brought up something about financial. Mm-hmm. Now, when I was in school, I didn't hear a word about money. I learned stuff in accounting, I guess, but they didn't teach me about, savings, generational wealth, investing. I didn't know that type of stuff. So now that you are where you are, if you could talk to a 21-year-old you, tell me some of the things that you would do to start the process of becoming financially empowered?
I'm still learning, and it's so crazy. I've never been in this. My tax bracket is new, right? I've never had this much amount of financial freedom and this much money. So I've had to hire people to.
You like the people that Donald Trump? That everybody
no,
says
no,
Donald
no,
Trump.
no, no,
Like
no,
that?
no. Relax. Stop it.
Right.
Okay. Take his mic.
Right.
No, but for every level, I'm really, really big on mentorship. And you can have mentors for different things. I have somebody helping me with my finances. I have somebody helping me with my spirituality. I have somebody helping me with, you don't have to have the same mentor for all things. But of course, I have an accountant that helps me stay on that path. But if I was 21, what I would tell myself is, invest in something. Invest your money. I would have started real estate a long time ago, and I would have did smaller investments in putting my money in different accounts and all that stuff earlier. Like, I'm just now really understanding the value of investments. And y'all, I'm 34 years old. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm 34. I didn't know the word credit card, nothing. And all these words I learned in my adulthood. I didn't grow up in a household with these conversations. I'm just now, maybe a year ago, getting my first credit card. And you shouldn't really even be using a debit card. If you, baby, I don't know. I want to tell y'all, your college students, go get credit and start spending all that money. Don't be buying no BS now. But if you can use that credit card and pay it off, you're building your credit. Build your credit. Build your credit and put money to the side for investments. That's my biggest thing. Gotcha.
Yeah, and of course our Wells Fargo people are here, but I feel like one thing too that I would share with you guys is. Now, who in here loves fashion? Who in here spends a lot of money on fashion? Mm-hmm. I could point some people out that look like it, including you back there, Dewey, with that jacket on. I see you back there. Y'all see that fly jacket he got on. But look, so think about how much money you spend on fashion, right? Let's just say you look at your monthly expense, and let's say you spend maybe like $500 or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing out a number. Because I'm sure y'all probably spending more than that. But what I would challenge you to do is put at least 25% of that aside, so let's say $250. And you know what? Get on Robinhood. Get on something like that where you can actually put your money in an account that's going to make you some money. Yeah. I got a Robinhood account. I ain't ashamed. I mean, of course, I got accounts with Wells Fargo and others, but you don't need a lot of money to help you start the process of making money. But you just have to say to yourself, are these shoes going to yield me any returns on this money? Yeah. And the answer is no. So what you may need to do again is just cut back a little bit in January, take a couple of those $100, put it in an account, and just forget about it. Don't touch it. But you'll start to see that $250 turn into $300, $350. You'll be like, dang, I ain't even done nothing. But the point is, you got to start practicing investment habits too. I would also say, it's 1,000 Wells Fargos here locally. I know it is. Go to a local Wells Fargo and say, hey, I'm trying to learn more about money. Go there with $5, $10, whatever, and say, hey, what can I do with this? They will literally walk you through various things that you can do with your money. But you just have to have the courage to go and do it and not have this mentality of, I just want to spend. Mm-hmm. Now, let's just talk about particular racial things. This is the HBCU. Black consumers, we spend the most money, right? Mm-hmm. I think the last I saw is we account for is it $4 billion or something in sales of goods? Wow. And so my point is the question is, are we making just as much as we spending? And the answer is no. No. So while you have this information, you got B. Simone, you got Wells Fargo, you got me, you got a lot of people that are also trying to make sure that you tackle this one major thing that's going to help you get to your dreams, which is financial empowerment. You got to start taking it serious now, because most of us, even myself, thank God, I've done well for myself as well, but I left out of here not knowing anything about money. So when money started to come, I was doing dumb stuff like putting it under my mattress, you know, just doing ghetto stuff because I ain't know. So my point is we're trying to make sure you're thinking about these things because while we're trying to get your souls right, we're going to try to get your surface right too to make sure that things like finances and things of that magnitude, we have that locked in.
Yeah.
Sorry. Back to our host.
Thank you.
The hostess with the mostest.
So with you being an entrepreneur and being in the entertainment field, how would you, what advice would you give to us students at HBCU, of course, people like in this day of age of TikTok and everything like that? What advice would you give them that are pursuing that field, like entertainment, and with you starting off a while and out, like what advice did you give yourself and what would you give to them?
What I'm learning now as an entrepreneur, of course, if you're starting a business, you're the CEO, you're the leader, you're the, you know, this is your brand, this is your business. I never use the word boss, but technically you're the boss, right? You need a team, you need employees. I don't use the word employees, but you need a team up under you. I'm learning now, be slow to hire, quick to fire. I used to be quick to hire, slow to fire. So I would hire you. Oh, you so nice. You so cool. Let me come work with me. Do this, do that. And once you weren't doing your job, we would have conversation after conversation. I would be nice. I would be people pleasing, and they would never get fired. They would be with my brand for too long. So don't just your homegirl, your homeboy. Oh, you could do this. You could do that. They're not really qualified. They're your friend, but they're not an asset to your brand. So slow to hire, quick to fire. That's one of the biggest things. Like, I know you want to take everybody with you, but everybody doesn't have your vision. If you're truly a visionary and you see, like, this is what I know we could do, everybody got to be on the same page. It can't be, oh, if you want to start your own clothing line too, you start your clothing line, friend. Let me start my clothing line, and we can support each other. Don't come over, everybody has to know their position in the company because everything matters. I'm the face of the brand, but the brain matters. You can't see my brain, but it matters. My heart matters. You can't see my heart, but it matters. This heart stopped beating. The face don't matter. I'm dead. So even though there's people under you that people can't see, they're very imperative to your brand. But be slow to add people onto the vision. Be slow. Vet people. Talk to them. See if they're on the same level mentally. If they have the same work ethic. Be slow to add people to the vision and be quick to let people go when they're not right.
Thank you. So with you saying that you have a lot of people on your team and everything like that, how do you network? Like with us in social work, we are big on networking. Like we have to make sure that we have connections during school, outside of school. Yeah. Just like, I feel like networking has become so big and so important in the world, especially with the day of social media. Yeah. What advice would you give us, and like how would you say to go about it with networking?
Yeah, of course, in-person events. Of course, y'all, I know who's an extrovert. I'm extrovert, very extrovert. Like you could walk up to anybody and be like, my name is, and then everybody else introverts like, I'm not trying to walk up to no stranger. Why they looking at me? Da, da, da. So it is kind of hard to network in person sometimes when you're an introvert. You don't want to go up to people. You don't want to, but have your cards ready. Have business cards. And social media, I still do this. 6 million followers, y'all, and I still do this because there's billions of people that have no idea I exist. Billions. There's so many people in the world that have no idea who B. Simone is, right? I do this every single day. If it's not me, it's somebody on my team. We find 100 people on social media and we send out my links. We send out my links to people that are in different networks. We send it out every single day. And I have 6 million people on the internet following me, but it's not everybody in the world. There's so many people that have no idea who you are. So continuously, and I put this on the internet. I had a show in Dallas recently. I was in the mall, B. Simone, walking around the mall, getting trampled by people, but I was in the mall handing out my flyers for my show. Hey, I'm in Dallas, I got a show. Because the show wasn't sold out. If you're not going to hustle, you cannot expect anybody else to promote your stuff like you. Baby, I'm going to promote my stuff. I don't care how many followers I have. I don't depend on Instagram to do all the work. I still do old school. I was out at the mall in Galleria in Dallas, Texas, handing out flyers. And I'm handing out flyers. People are like, oh, you got a show? Yeah. Y'all follow me. Y'all don't even know. You can't always depend on the algorithm. So you got to get out here and you meeting people every day that have no idea what you do, no idea who you are. Talk to them. Have a conversation. So, being very open with what you do. Gotta talk to them.
Let me ask this. Who in here is from Charlotte?
From Charlotte.
Charlotte. Okay. What about Raleigh? Durham.
Raleigh.
Bull City. Okay. So I'm asking that because there's people from all over. This is what I used to think about when I was in school. So I think about how many people are from other cities that's at your school, right? And so imagine if I'm an artist, and if I meet Braylon. She's from Dallas, and I give her my music some kind of creative way. Let's just say I'm posted up in the middle of the yard, and I perform every Wednesday at 12 o'clock. And I'm killing it. She eventually come up to me and say, yeah, where you from? I'm from, Dad, I'm from Atlanta. I'm just, I'm an upcoming artist just trying to spread my music. She's like, oh, well, I like your music. I give her that QR code. She scans it. She likes it. When it's Thanksgiving, where's she going to go? Home to Dallas. And what's she going to probably listen to? She might be bumping my music. Her homegirl who goes to, give me a school, Clark.
I was about to say.
What you about to say?
Prairie View. That's in
Prairie View, okay.
Yeah.
Her homegirl who goes to
That's in
Prairie
Texas,
View, which is right outside of Houston, Texas. Yeah. Now she's playing it for her. Her friend's like, oh, that's dope. Her friend now is listening to it. So when she goes back to Prairie View, she's bumping it, right? So that quick, I've expanded and created some tentacles with my music just from putting myself in a position to meet people. Yeah. And you are in a perfect position in college because everybody's from somewhere different typically, right? Mm-hmm. So that's a moment for you to really have access to the world without having to really go a lot of different places. Like for you to do that, before, anytime after school, you're going to have to travel. You're going to have to spend some money to get into an event. But right here, you essentially got a lot of free access to a lot of free promotional vehicles just by meeting different people. Yep. So if you are here on campus, these 4 years are your time to really meet different people because they can really help you in some regard. And then more importantly, you don't know who you sit next to. I guarantee you people want to sit next to me thinking I was going to be an 8-time Grammy Award winner. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know. But you don't know who you sit next to. So it's best to go ahead, get cool with them so that if they popping, you might be able to say, hey, man, can we do something together? You just never know who you sit next to, especially in these chairs. So look, our president, Dr. Kinlock. Now, I'm sure did you know she was going to become the president when you were here? You see what I'm saying? You don't know. Did she know she was going to be an executive of Wells Fargo? No clue. Yeah. But point is now I'm sure that now look at them in the same room, right? Just never know who you're going to be next to. So talk to everybody you're next to.
Yeah.
So with society, a lot of things you become friends with people and you build connections. How do you handle if somebody is getting canceled or stomped down in social media and stuff like that? How do you make sure that you avoid and don't mess your image up, in that sense of avoiding it?
How do I make sure I avoid it? Well, I'd have been canceled 10 times, so I don't know the answer to that. I don't know how to avoid it, but let me tell you something. To thine own self be true. We've all heard that quote. If you are yourself and you put something out there with no ill intent and you're not being malicious, you're not intentionally hurting anybody, the media gonna come. You never know. You could post, somebody got a clothing line in here, you post something tomorrow, you could have 0 followers, 0, and it could go viral on TikTok, and now all of a sudden you're popular on TikTok. And with one post, you never know. But if you are staying true to yourself, when they come, it goes back to knowing yourself outside of the internet. I battled with that, y'all. People pleasing and wanting validation from everybody. So when I got canceled on the internet, my feelings were hurt. I was looking at lies about myself. She did this. I'm like, this isn't true. This is not my care. No matter, people are fickle. One day they're going to like you, one day they're not. One day they're going to like the clothing line, the next day they don't want to wear it. One day, we can't depend on people's emotions. People are fickle. So you got to know who you are outside of the internet, no matter what people are saying. And if there's some truth to it, you need to address it. Don't run from the truth now. But if you're not hurting anybody, you're truly being yourself, you got to ignore it. You got to ignore it. But that comes with doing the work outside of the internet. It forced me to do work. When I first got canceled, it was my first experience of getting backlash on the internet. It broke my heart. It broke my heart reading lies about me and not seeing people not liking me. But you gotta, if you're not okay with people not liking you, you already a couple steps behind. We gotta get past that. Everybody's not gonna like you. Show up as your true, authentic self, and the people that are for you will be right there next to you. What were you gonna say, Amir? You had something to add? Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say something. But yeah, I don't know how to prevent it. I'm always canceled, girl. I don't know.
Okay, so now we're going to take some time to let the audience ask you some questions.
Yes, I would love that.
Do we have any volunteers?
You got the hat right here? Yeah.
Hello, my name is Jaina. I just wanted to know what made you want to go into comedy?
Oh, wow, that's a good question. I started off on social media. So I moved from Dallas to Atlanta to do music. And that's what I'm saying, you guys. When you're on this journey, you don't have to know A to Z. I still don't know my Z because I'm still on my journey, right? Z is the end. Z is the end. But you just got to go one step at a time. I knew in that moment God was calling me to move to Atlanta. I wanted to do music. So I moved to Atlanta to do music. And then social media started taking off. So I just would upload on social media my personality, videos of me being funny. And then I got the opportunity to do Wild 'N Out. And Wild 'N Out pushed me into comedy. So really, I didn't even know. I didn't come to Atlanta to do comedy. But your audience will tell you what they want. If you're posting your music and it gets 5 views, and then you post a t-shirt design you did and it gets 1,000 views, they want the t-shirt. They don't want you singing.
Hey, hold on.
So,
wait,
hold on. But what I'm saying is we can come back to the music.
Yeah, you already
Let's
know.
lock them in with the t-shirts. Let's lock them in with the graphics. Let's keep feeding them what they want with still being ourselves, because you're still being yourself. And once that is at its height, that's what I did. I took off with the comedy and I started putting out freestyles and doing music. And I got to do Sway and I got to link with Drake and all of these artists. But at first they didn't want my music. They wanted me to make them laugh. So I was still being authentic, but I was like, dang, they really like these videos. Let me stay over here, give them these videos, and I can build this umbrella, and music can be under the umbrella. So you kind of got to focus on one thing. But the internet pushed me into comedy.
So hold up. Let's talk about this music.
What about it? No.
No. So wait, what we talk? We know you can freestyle, clearly. But, were we R&B? Were we gang?
I did everything.
Did you do gangster, like gospel hip hop? Like
no, I did not.
Like what? Everything? You can sing too?
I did, yeah. I was in a girl group and yeah.
What? That's what you moved to Atlanta for?
That's what I moved to Atlanta for.
So it's over with? You retired from music?
I would probably do music again one day. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, don't y'all want to hear? Yeah. I want to hear. Don't be holding back on us.
Okay, y'all stop.
Holding back. I didn't know. I felt like I knew you.
I would do music again.
Until I feel a little, I'm a little offended. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all on YouTube, so. Yeah.
It's on YouTube?
Yes.
All right, we got to go on YouTube after this.
No, you cannot.
I about to say.
Was that the Miss President? Oh, Lord. I'm like, you cannot. Now I'm looking at her like, yes, ma'am. No, stop. I ain't got nothing. No, I have not done music in so many years. Y'all stop. No.
You know black women can sing no matter how long. If they ain't sang in 3 years, they can sing no matter what.
No, I use a little auto-tune now. I ain't no Mariah Carey.
I don't believe you.
Relax.
You got that I can sing.
Little T-Pain.
We'll wait till next year. You're going to be the homecoming performer next year.
Who does music in here? Anybody do music? That's so cool. Wow. Oh, she can rap? Wow. Oh, I want to hear after. I want to talk to you after. Yeah. Any more questions out there? Yeah, we got one back here. One in the back? Okay, great.
I don't have a question, but I just want to say hello. My name is Dr. Jordan Brooks. I work in student affairs and campus engagement. I love you, B. Simone.
Oh, I love you.
Real love.
Thank you, brother. Nice to meet you. Why you late? I just saw you walk in. Oh, okay, period. Okay. Dang, you can fight. You look like you can fight. Yes, sir. He said, Don't try to fight me. We gonna jump you. I know, yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. She said, not on my campus. Yes, ma'am. I can't fight anyway, so I don't know. I'll be running. Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Hey.
Good evening. My name is Tyson Bates. I currently serve as the 2024-2025 Student Government Association Vice President here.
Yes. Come on.
And so my question is about leadership. And I know leadership comes with a high price. To whom much is given, much is required. So where would you and how would you advise me and other young leaders, because we have many in this room, like as it pertains to leading people and taking care of yourself at the same time? Because it's hard to do some things simultaneously.
That's a great question. The first thing that came to my mind is honesty. I don't need perfect people in my life. I don't expect leaders to be perfect. I expect them to be honest. You don't know something? I don't know. But doing the work. You can't expect people around you to be a certain way and you're not a certain way. You want people to be on time. You want people to have discipline. You want people to be honest. You want people to be hardworking. And you're none of those things. Not you per se, but the leader, right? So as a leader, I do wake up every day like, I'm not just doing this for me. That's one of the reasons why I walked away from my other podcasts, because I'm too honest. One of my biggest fears is the facade and being fake. And I think that's one of the reasons why I took off the way I did, because I'm so vulnerable. I'm so real. I'm almost too raw. I give people so much that they can use it against me. But it's a superpower. Being honest is a superpower. Being vulnerable is a superpower. And as a leader, that's one of the traits that you have to have. You have to be honest. You have to be vulnerable, and you have to be willing to work just as hard as you want everybody else to work. If people are lacking and there's something lacking within you, that's the thing you need to work hard at. I'm still working on discipline to this day. I've been in the gym for 6 years. I ain't never had an ab. I got to work on it. I'm like, why don't I have abs? Braylon, discipline. You know why. But it's a constant daily struggle. You know abs are made in the kitchen, right? So you can go to the gym all you want, but you still eating them potatoes. But as a leader, that shows me where I'm weak. I got to get my discipline together. Discipline. You want people to be on time, you be on time. You want people to show up, you show up. You want people to be, you be. So you have to have all of these character traits that you want in the people around you on your team. So as a leader, you have to become it. Yeah.
I have one more question back here.
How you doing? By you being in the entertainment industry, how do you maintain your mental? Because I know the industry gets challenging.
A few things that I said before. I think the biggest thing is knowing when a season is over. There's tons of things that served me when I first moved to Atlanta, the environments, the friends. It was who I was in that season. But as I continued to evolve and certain people stayed a certain way, I knew to move. Moving when people no longer serve you, it's time to move. It's time to change your community. Places no longer serve you, it's time to leave. Things no longer serve you, it's time to put it down and let it go. So knowing when to move in every season, that's helped me so much mentally. There's so many people that I thought would be at the end with me, and they're just not, and that's okay. It doesn't have to be beef, it doesn't have to be an argument, but knowing when to move in every season so you can elevate. You gotta do the work. One more question?
Go ahead.
Hey, cutie.
Hi. So my name is Jada Carswell.
Did I meet you last time? No, you weren't here with Pretty V? No? Okay.
They making me nervous right now because they put me on the spot.
Okay.
I am. Okay, so I have a clothing brand called Chaotic Collection. And this jacket is not released yet, but I bought it for you.
Yes.
That's some good.
You see, this how you network. You shoot your shot. Slam dunk. Yes, ma'am.
What's that say?
What is it called? I'm sorry. What is it called?
Chaotic Collection.
Okay.
Chaotic Collection.
Chaotic Collection. I love this.
Hey, B. Simone, typically people giving shirts
Yes.
and they actually
I
gave
love
you a
free
jacket.
stuff. Anybody else got a clothing line? I love free. Give me some stuff, y'all. I'll wear this.
Expensive free
This is
merch.
nice. This is beautiful.
Thank
this is
you.
great quality.
Thank you.
Look at me. Who's your vendor?
Fresh off the press. I just got it yesterday.
I love it. I love it. This is great, great quality. Good for you, baby. We have another question? Yep.
We got something over here.
Oh.
You got a question?
Wasn't there another one?
Oh, okay. Hello.
Hello.
So, what's up, y'all? So I wanted to say one, thank you, because like the last time you was here, like we had sat over there, like you sitting beside me, and it's like after the whole event, I'm just like, yo, like none of my friends like recorded me talking to Pretty V and nothing like that. So I was like upset. But then the next morning, like I get on Instagram and it's like I'm on Pretty V page, and you had recorded me, so I do appreciate that. Like that did make me feel very good.
Look at God.
So my question for you is like, I'm sure it's like a few, but what are one of the moments that happened in your life, like before you really got a name? Like, what are one of the big moments that happened in your life where you could have really quit, but you decided to continue on?
Oh my God. A moment that I could have quit and I did. Before I made it, because there was a moment yesterday. Those moments never stop. A moment I could have quit early on. Oh, I mean, I was waitressing. I had 3 jobs in Atlanta. I was waitressing. I either could pay for studio time or I could buy a bed. So I paid for studio time for the first 6 months I was in Atlanta, sleeping on a low fort on the floor, right? It was just more important to me. And I was like, I don't need no bed. And my back started giving out. I said, all right, now, we got to save up for a bed. But I will never forget. I wrote it in my journal. Y'all, please, even men, like, I don't know if we associate this with feminine or this is a girl thing. Write stuff down. Even if you don't want to write it down, do voice notes. If you're crying, if you feel in a type of way, if you're angry, because it's so therapeutic to go back and look at this stuff and be like, wow, I really said this and I did it, or God really brought me out of that dark space. I wrote it in my journal, and I was working at a place called the Tavern in Lenox in Atlanta, and there was 3 days. I worked for 3 days, like long back-to-back shifts, and I think I made, in 3 days, long shifts, I made like $50. No money. Nobody was coming in. I was picking up shifts, and we got paid only on tips. So you work hourly. I think you made like $2 an hour, but that goes to taxes. The only way waitresses make money was tips, and I wasn't getting nothing. But I look back in my journal. I remember that being in my journal. So just moments like that where it's like, keep going. It's temporary. The pain is temporary. It's temporary. Every dark time you got out of, you done had a million dark times in your past. And guess what? You came out of it. It would seem like the darkest day, that moment, the darkest mentality, the darkest mindset in that moment, but you came out of it. So anytime I'm going through a struggle, anytime my heart is aching, anytime my mind is all over, this is temporary. I just got to make it another day. This is temporary. You got to speak to yourself like that, and you got to believe it. So just know the pain is temporary. You're going to come out of it. Yeah.
Is this thing on? Hey.
He's so cute. Is this thing on?
My name is Jeremiah Woods. I just had a quick question about podcasting.
Okay. I love that.
Okay. What advice do you have about podcasting?
Advice.
Yes.
That's very broad. Are you trying to start a podcast? Have you started? Is it up? Are you trying to figure out how to start?
I haven't started a podcast,
Okay.
but I thought about it, and I just wanted to start a podcast because I have a lot to say about my life and other things I went through. So yeah.
What would your podcast be about?
Men's mental health, financial literacy, anything that can help men mentally and physically grow in life. So basically anything successful, anything you want to talk about. We talk about sports, men's mental health, finances, shoes.
You have a name?
You know?
Don't say it don't say it out loud. But do you have a name?
Yeah, I have a name for the podcast. Yeah.
Yeah. Why haven't you started it?
I'll send you some tips. I'm trying to look more into it, if that makes sense.
That's not the reason you haven't started it. Why haven't you started it?
I'm not certain.
Huh?
I'm not certain.
I'm sorry. What are you saying?
I'm not certain.
You're not certain. You're scared.
I want to see.
You're wasting time. Because you could prop up your phone and start talking on that phone and upload it to YouTube tomorrow. You could sit in front of that phone. You speak so well. You just said mental health, financial literacy, sports. You got a whole list of stuff you could talk. If you really wanted to start that podcast, you would prop up that iPhone and start talking and upload a video. You waiting for the right time, and the right time is not gonna come. You waiting for the equipment. You waiting for the camera crew. You waiting for the lighting. You waiting for the idea. You waiting for the. You don't need to wait for that. The way you just stood up like this and articulated yourself, and you had a vision. You got the name and you got the topics. You could start your podcast tomorrow. You could start tomorrow. Go to YouTube and TikTok University on how to upload a podcast. You can figure that out by tonight. You wake up in the morning, you will have everything you need. So I'm guessing it's fear. Only you know the true reason of why you're not starting, whether it's procrastination, whether it's fear, whether it's validation, whether it's being judged. But you could start your podcast, and you should start it ASAP. Just start it. Record, talk, and upload. Those are only 3 things you got to do to start a podcast. Record, talk, and upload. And you have a podcast.
Talk, upload.
Upload.
Record, talk,
Upload, yeah.
Record, talk, upload. Record, talk, upload.
Start your podcast. Start your podcast. Stop waiting for the right time, for the right team, for the right equipment. Put up your iPhone. You got an iPhone. Prop up that phone and start your podcast. That's all you got to do.
Hey, B. Simone. My name is Franco Lopez. I'm a freshman here at Johnson C. Smith. I also a content creator, and I also do email marketing. This question can go for Amir too. But I was wondering, how do you monetize your content? I have monetized my content, like selling merchandise here, but how do you monetize as videos and like pictures on Instagram? It could be TikTok. And for Amir, how can I get more into the marketing space?
Monetization. Yes. So YouTube, I don't monetize on Instagram. They did have bonuses, but they no longer have that on my page. I don't know if a certain page has it, but I don't. TikTok, you can monetize. All you do is join the creator fund. Super simple. A couple clicks, you add your bank account, and you can monetize on TikTok. YouTube, super easy. I think you had to have, when I started YouTube, 10,000 subscribers to monetize. I think now you only have to have 700. So that's easy. It's easy. Don't make it hard. Start uploading content. I have 1 million subscribers on YouTube, but I study people like Mr. Beast, who has 500 million. He has 400 million subscribers. So I'm still studying. Look up these people. I study the thumbnails. You got to study the thumbnails. You got to study the intros. You have to study what you want to do. I look up Mr. Beast videos every day. I'm studying this man. Why I got 1 million and he got 400 million? There's something I'm missing. Right? So it's easy. You can monetize on YouTube. You can monetize on TikTok. So I focus mostly where I can monetize. I don't post a lot on Instagram anymore because there's no monetization there unless I get a brand deal. So a brand will come to me, hey, can you post this for X amount? And I can monetize that way. But it's in the back office. YouTube AdSense. If anybody wants to start a YouTube, how you monetize on YouTube, you make money, adsense.com. And TikTok, all you have to do is join their creator fund. Yep, you're welcome.
And just real quick, because she gave you a lot of, even from a marketing standpoint, a lot of it is doing research, the basic stuff. But I'll tell you this, I think sometimes as creatives, you can be very lazy. You just do what everybody else is doing, and you just hope that, something special happens for you. But I will say, put creativity in all things that you do. So again, if there's anybody here on campus that has any creative aspirations, whether you're an artist, whether you're like him that has a marketing company and you create content, you have so many resources right here at your disposal, right? And they're free. And then the other part of it is you could try a lot of stuff here, right? You can try a lot of stuff. So if I were you, I would create this ongoing series or whatever you're doing where on campus, whether it's I would go to the marketing department and say, look, one thing that is needed in all marketing departments is interactive marketing, right? So I would go there and say, look, I want to do a behind the scenes on all key departments here at the school. So let's go to the CAF. Let's show all the different types of food. Let's interview some students. Let's show who's cooking the food, right? Because now you're making it more of a personal experience for your current students to know who's behind the scenes feeding them every day. And then even it could become a marketing campaign, right? Where people who don't go to the school now can see how it is. But you can do it in a very creative way, make it fun. Same thing with the provost office. Do you know what the provost does? No clue, right? That's an opportunity. Because most students, who in here knows what the provost does? It's 4 people in here. So if I'm you, I'm like right there. But see, what a lot of people are gonna do is go out here and show what outfits they wearing for the day. Everybody doing that. I think that's an opportunity for you right there. So if I were you, hint, hint, I will go with the provost who's right here, learn more about what he does, and how do I creatively show that? Because now they might start calling you and saying, hey, we got $5,000 for you to help create some content for us. You see what I'm saying? Create opportunities for yourself don't think outside the box. Get outside the box, right? Create a whole new shape. Create a circle. Think outside the circle and the square. So don't just limit yourself to what everybody else is doing.
You do marketing? Oh, wow. Any videographers in here? Camera? Anybody got a camera?
Wait.
Okay, one right there. One right there. Any graphic designers like can draw? One right there. Well, we got your podcast in this room, sir. We got a camera. We got somebody to do the thumbnails. We got somebody to do the email marketing. Y'all better stop playing. It's in this room. Y'all better walk around here and figure it out. The way you just opened up your mouth to me is in this room. And God keep bringing me back to you. You need to start that podcast. I'm telling you, you need to start that podcast. You need to start. Start soon.
That's it.
Sorry.
No,
Okay.
go ahead, Red.
Anything else?
All right, so first of all, I want to thank you again for being so open, honest, and vulnerable with us. We definitely appreciate that, especially being here at HBCU. We definitely encouraged it. Now, my question to you is, what can we look for B. Simone? Like you always talk about, you share with us how you're still on your journey, how you're still learning, how you're still going through in the motions. But what can we expect? Like, where do you want to go from here?
Oh, yeah. I'm starting to, actually, I've never said this out loud. I just said it to him backstage. I'm starting a production company. Let's Try This Again Productions. I'll be producing film. And we launch. Everybody got their cell phones? Type this in right now. Look at me promoting. Type it in right now. Let'sTryThisAgain.com. That is my podcast, where we talk about healing, growing, evolving, pivoting. You did not fail. If something didn't work, it doesn't mean you failed. It just means it's time to pivot and try again. Try a different way. Try a different technique. Try a different marketing. Let'sTryThisAgain.com. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you could put in your email for the newsletter. Come on, you do email marketing. I might need to holler at you. Okay? Scroll down, put in your email for the newsletter. I will be launching an app next month. An app. It will be an exclusive app, you guys. And I know y'all college students, so you're like, I ain't paying for nothing else. But it is going to be a subscription-based app. And maybe I could do something for the school where I give y'all a code or something where y'all can maybe like get the first month free or something. I'm going to talk to Amir about that. But I would love for you guys to just put in your email, Let'sTryThisAgain.com. The app launches next month, and it's going to be a self-help app. We got men on there talking about mental health, shows that I'm going to produce, shows that I'm going to direct. We have different shows of women, a round table of women just talking, mothers, students, teachers, your average girl. I'm not talking, this ain't an app full of celebrities. This is the girl and the man next door that can share their story. So this app is going to be very, very beneficial to our community. Yeah. That's what's next. Thank you, guys.
Amen.
We good?
That's it. Any more questions? We done?
One more? Okay. No, let them get
Well,
this.
just one more.
Last
Come on.
last one.
Come on,
It better be good. If it ain't good, nah.
Don't disappoint me now.
Quick.
Thank you. Hi, my name is Kalia. I wrote a whole bunch of notes down.
Come on, notes. Ooh, Kalia, girl, you going somewhere now.
So you talked about networking and especially in person and how that's better. Me as an introvert, this is already hard for me right now.
Yeah.
So how do you even start that conversation?
Yeah, you have to practice for sure. Take people with you. And you I do not, if anybody ever walks up to me and starts initially on business, especially if I'm out at an event or at a party or at the airport, or it's an instant, because I'm not in the environment, we're not at a business meeting. I'm at the airport at 6 a.m. I don't want to talk about Instagram, or I don't want to talk about your clothing line. I'm just being honest, right? I don't want to hear about it at 4 in the morning at Delta. But Start off with something, introducing yourself, a compliment, a conversation, getting to know, they're human too, you know, and hey, my name is da-da-da, and I got a clothing line. I would love to give you my shirt. Can you wear my shirt and post me on Instagram? And can you? No, I can't. You didn't even tell me your name. You didn't even hold out your hand. You didn't even introduce yourself. You got a t-shirt in my face and you're just treating me like I'm a puppet, like I have to do this. You didn't tell me anything about yourself. Why should I support your brand? I know nothing about you. Your energy is very aggressive. So already, I'm the person you're talking to is closed off. Introduce yourself. You at a party? Hi, nice to meet you. Would you like a drink? Talk. Ease up to now we can get to business. It doesn't have to be an initial conversation about what you do, how you can help me, and what I want to do. You know, it's sometimes too aggressive. So just slowly talk and take people with you do you have any extroverted friends that might talk like her friend, the girl that was over here, she was like, get up, take the mic. Like, you need those friends around you. Go talk to them. Come on, I'll go with you. Introduce. Hey, this is my friend, you know, so have a few of those around you, a few of those extroverted friends around you that's going to push it out of you. But the best way to do it is to practice. Do it scared. Do it anyway. And most of the time, what you're scared of, they're not going to like me. They're not going to, girl, it never happens. She be like, dang, she really put on my shirt and posted it. Or she really supported me. Or, you know, so not too aggressive. Start off the conversation with just introducing yourself and being yourself with who you are. Yeah. That was it? Oh, one more. We got one more? Okay.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Christian. I'm a sophomore, and I would like to start off. I like your hair.
Oh, thank you.
I like the neck piece
Come
you're
on,
on.
Christian.
It's icy. And my question is, how do you manage like people's expectations? Like, say a lot of people want to take the safe path in life, and as an entertainer, that's like a risky, not 100% path to like be successful. So how do you manage like other people's expectations? Say you have a parent or a child who's dependent on you.
You got kids?
No.
Okay. He's like, I'm like, hold on now, brother. He's like, a parent or a child. I got 6 kids dependent on me. I've always been, it's so crazy because even though I've been a people pleaser, I've always walked to the beat of my own drum. That's kind of why I am where I am. Even with, my dad's a pastor, and there was a lot of things early in my career that he probably didn't agree with. I had his support, but I never based my decisions off of other people or my parents. I always based my decisions off of what felt right to me, what felt true to me, and what God could align me with my path and my blueprint. The way I get to something is not gonna be the way you get to something. You gotta do with what aligns with you and what feels right with you, with the beat of your own drum. So I don't make decisions based off how this would make somebody else feel. I make decisions based off what I feel like is right for me, because it's my life. Even though you're in college, a lot of y'all, I mean, maybe not in this room, I don't know, but I got accepted to Prairie View. I was literally packing up my car to go to a HBCU, packing up my car, y'all. We putting the bags in, my granny gonna drive me down from Dallas to Prairie View. And I looked at her and I said, and I know everybody doesn't have this support, so it is difficult when you don't have support, but I looked at her and said, I don't wanna go to college. She said, hold on now. She almost slapped me, but you know, she supported me. She said, well, what do you want to do? I said, I want to do hair. I want to go to cosmetology school until I can save up enough money to move to Atlanta and pursue entertainment. Thankfully, my family supported me, but I always walk to the beat of my own drum. You got to do what's going to fulfill you and make you happy. You can't make decisions based off everybody else. You understand? That's it.
I'd say this too. So, come on, Dr. I'd say this too. To her point, that's very, very valid. You also got to make sure that you are putting things in your spirit, as I've said before, so that your conscience can be strong as far as the right direction.
The right direction.
You can't be sitting there drunk, high, talking about, I'm going to do me, bruh.
Yep.
That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do me.
That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, you got to make sure, because it's a very dangerous age. It's when a lot of people start going left because they start getting into a lot of things that take them this way. Yep. So you got to be very careful with that freedom of being self. You got to make sure that you're building up your conscience so that you can know that you can feel that feeling and it's the right feeling.
Yeah.
It's very important because this age, this is when people start trying a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff starts sending them this way. And you know what I'm saying? Because you've seen people that you came in JCSU with and you don't see them no more. right? Because now they doing them. I'm doing me. But my point is just make sure that you are strengthening your conscience so that you can feel those feelings
In the right direction.
and they can take you in the right direction. Like,
Yep.
you know, obviously B. Simone can relate to that.
Yes.
That's it. Come on,
Wow.
Doc.
But before I go for the clap, just a household. If your QR code did not scan, make sure you scan it at the back. That one works. Now, let's give it up to B. Simone.
Thank you, guys. Y'all are so great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
That's it?
That's it?
Yes,
Okay.
please. Then come on up.
Make sure y'all scan